Welcome back to Mimas. So last recording session went a bit long, so I cut the last 10 minutes on, pasted it in here, and did a little bit more. Uh, so if you notice a change in pace, that's kind of what's going on. Let's use the regular furnace. I'm probably... Oh boy, should I set this up kind of where I'm going to eventually? I think that might be a good idea. So kind of the vision I had for the base here was that it would be, and I don't know why I brought the pipes out with me, it would be set up right here. So let's, oop. Caught the ground and vaulted me up in the air. So let's set this up. You can rotate this. This is kind of typical. People like to get it to face, and it's real tough to see, but we want the dials and stuff to face forward. So get it like that. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay, so the first stage, we use the wrench with iron sheets to build it up a little. Then we weld it, and done. Now from here, the furnace needs some form of hot gas into it. And oh, power critical, that's not great. I have to try and do something about power pretty soon here, because what we have isn't working as well as I had hoped. Let's send a few things through here. So yes, it needs some form of hot gas. One way you can do that is by putting some fuel in it, or if you have volatiles, you can just do that. So let's just grab 4 volatiles. It's approximately a 2-to-1 ratio, volatiles to oxide. So you hit activate to melt the hydrogen, or the volatiles, and then you can put in the oxide. Right now you would have to melt it, except this first time we hit it, it's actually going to cause a combustion, and it will automatically then melt the second oxygen. But we're going to want to get all this stuff ready. I'm not going to smelt the silver just yet, but I am going to smelt the gold, the iron, and the copper. So quick note, when you're smelting in the furnace, let's pause this. You can look in the ingots, and it lists them all. Silicon actually takes 900 Kelvin to smelt. Yeah, so we're looking down here, but the recipe is the same between the advanced furnace and the regular furnace. So that's why I was looking there. So yeah, 900 degrees for that one. That's the hottest. Then you have nickel and iron. Iron 800, nickel 800. So we're going to go in descending order, because as we put these in there, it's going to cool them down, cool the gases inside down. So we want to get as much through as we can. And then we have copper, gold, and silver are all 600 degrees. And the last of the ores is lead, which only takes 400 degrees Kelvin, which in terms of the furnace is very cold. Okay. And here I almost forgot to grab more of the materials. So that's the order we're going to put them in. We're going to start with the silicon. go to the iron, and then end with the copper and gold. We're going to open the mold. Oh, forgot that it would eject the the contents of the input. If they're unmelted, it will output the contents you put in there. So we're going to activate, open the mold, grab the silicon, put that in. If you highlight this window here, it actually tells you kind of what it's doing. It's processing the silicon, and it said that it was outputting. Let's go ahead and put some iron in there so you can kind of see again. It says it's going to produce iron ingot. You can watch our temperature here. It's already down to 1.4 thousand Kelvin. The pressure is up to 8.9 megapascals. Be careful getting this thing around, I think it breaks at 60 megapascals, and it is a pretty spectacular explosion. I recommend witnessing it at least once. And yeah, as you can see, we're just burning through the ingots now. Compared to the arc furnace, which takes quite a bit of time, quite a bit of power, depending on the ingot, of course. Gold takes a very long time to process in it. And we're done. We just chewed through all of that in less time than it took to make the iron in the arc furnace. I'm not going to smelt the silver. I'm going to leave that as ore, and I'll kind of get into why on that later. Our battery just went dead. Swap to the next one. Okay, quick thing to note, and this is gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna look at the contents here. So we didn't have a perfect mix. There's still some extra oxygen in there. I did note that it was, you know, approximately a 2-to-1 ratio. It's not perfect. And then a lot of the other contents in there are what's called off-gassing. The CO2 and the pollutants mostly. When you smelt an ore, it releases certain gases, and we can look those up here. Gold is a good one to note. If you look at the gold ore, you can't look at the gold ingot, you have to look at the ore. That one gives us 0.2 moles of oxygen, a little bit of nitrogen, and then some carbon dioxide and pollutants. If I recall correctly, gold is the only one that provides oxygen. So if you need to supplement your oxygen supply and you don't care how hot it is, you can grab a whole bunch of gold and smelt it up. And we'll probably talk more about off-gassing in the future. Just kind of a quick note there. Okay, as mentioned in the intro, we're picking up again here after having set up the furnace. Bring my UI back. I did some rearranging here and there, and I'm going to do a whole bunch more. So forgive me if I don't explain everything, because I want to make sure that I get this done in time. I don't want to have to cut a bit of this out and put it on another episode. Okay, I think that's close enough. So kind of what we're doing here is we're preparing to set up the Stirling engine. And while we're at it, I'm also going to move the portable gas generator in there. Let's weld those up. Yep, there's the sheets. I had trouble finding sheets before. So we're going to build these up. These are actually going to be in a room on this side here.
Temperature high.
Temperature high. Okay, Yeah, let's just make sure we turn on our air conditioner. Okay, I think that's all of them. So yes, our primary goal, set up the Stirling engine, make use of some of that hot gas we created. And I better turn the light on so you guys can see the hot gas we created in the furnace. Good if I can finish sentences. Let's put some windows on that side so we can get some light coming in. Yeah, I think facing inward will be sufficient. And let's get that one and the roof up. There we go. Okay, I think I'm done with the walls. So I can set those in one of the crates here. I didn't even notice that I picked up the pipe cowls. Oh, I see. They were tucked under. That's what's up. We'll need those and those. Set these pipes out just so I don't forget about them. I shouldn't need them. Set up the hydraulic pipe bender here quick because I need a few things from it. Whoa! Oh, the flickering was because the sun was going behind Saturn. Thought something funky was going on with my lights. Okay. We gotta put some power into here. I think I'm gonna put that full 100% battery in there for now. So we want an active vent, and I'll kind of go over as I'm building what all this stuff is. Passive vent. Oops. Want to cancel that. Let's see. And I might use another valve. There we go. So we're creating a little miniature airlock here. Oh, there goes the light. Actually, I'll just snag it from a tool for now, because we need power to be able to do this. Doors. We need 2 of those. Well, that's processing. Let me do a little more rearranging here. And no, I need you. You can't fly away yet. Alright, there's the first door done. Oh, and the second one just finished. Good. Okay, back to this. Yep, that's all of them. Almost all of them, apparently. I think the Stirling engine will end. Oh, that's right. Set it up a few times here just to kind of test things out, and since we're in a power crunch, I didn't want to waste time with something that wouldn't work. I found a little trick for these. Place the machine kind of where you want it, and then when you place um, the connector, it should pop it up and still be relatively close. Nope, not quite. If I nudge it a bit though, there it works. So we're not gonna worry about that for now. We'll get some more heavy cables and link that in later. Let's go ahead and set up the Stirling engine. So I'm going to need the engine itself. I'm going to need the steel sheets, the electronic parts, and I'm going to set these over there for later. And only one of the pipe couples. Okay, so the Stirling engine, we set that down there. Then we need to weld 2 of the steel sheets to it. The other 2 are for the radiators, which I'll cover in a little bit here. Electronic parts. You don't need a tool for these for the Stirling engine. Some machines do, some machines don't. Go ahead and turn that on. And I noticed the battery's not done. Did we not use a screwdriver? There. And we can turn that on as well, because we want it to start giving us power when it's time. Build up all these walls because it's going to be pressurized in here. 5 left. I think I need to scavenge one from somewhere else. For now, I'm going to set this up, and I'll talk about it later. What it does. The other one will go in here. But yeah, now that I have it set up, I can safely grab the iron sheet from underneath it. And I think I might need one more, so let's grab that one. And that one. Those are set aside for the electronics printer, which I don't think we'll get to today. I missed one there. Okay, let's build up these doors. Now you can weld them again, but that welds it closed so that you can't open it. Just in case you want like an entrance, but you don't want it to be really easily accessible. I think there might be something with pressures as well. It might have a higher pressure resistance if it's built up. But I'm not entirely confident about that. Okay. So that's going to be a manual airlock. That stays out here. Do we have... Nope, we need some pipes. So I'm going to set up a bit of the inside in there. Just want to make sure I've got everything I need. Yep. Oh, I should let this vent out because it's got super hot gas from the welder in here still. So the output from the Stirling engine is actually in the front. Notice that on setting it up one time. Kind of expected it to be in the back. I guess, come to think of it, I don't know why most things output kind of in the front. Oh, we don't even have walls here, so I can just fly out. Okay, so that side's the input side, that side's the output side. Let's splice in a pipe here. At that point, I should have just used the out key. Okay. What we're going to want to do is the gas coming into the Stirling generator we want to bring in on that side. loop it back around. So what we're going to do is put a one-way valve in here, all the way around, and I want to face it kind of that way. Oop, there we go. So it comes in on that side, and I'll link up a pipe there, split it in, make that one a T. It'll come in, it'll heat up the engine a little bit, output here, and kind of loop around continuously. But we want to get rid of that gas also, and that's what goes up here. We're going to do a regular valve, so we want to turn it on and off. And here I'll place the valve for the input side. Right now we're just going to vent the output into the air. Let's grab some more pipes. Link up this side here. This side will come, come from the furnace. Oh, that was all the pipes we had. Let's go snag some more. While we're in here, and I don't want to forget, the Stirling Engine needs what's called a working gas. So they gave you a Stirling Engine gas. Oh, I think I have to use the Atmos analyzer in here. If it's loaded in, I think it... Nope, it's a works. Okay, so yeah, 50 megapascals, at least that's what it was. Sorry, moles, 50 moles of nitrogen. And it will use that for kind of the heat exchange system. Strange. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the engine, not the gas this whole time. So yeah, if I do want to see what's in it, I have to pull the canister out. Okay, but we can leave that on. Okay, those need glass still. And now let's set up these radiators, or at least start them. I'm not gonna finish it just yet because I have another thing I need to do here. I was searching for some materials. Let's extend the pipe for this. I'm going to want to have a bunch of the gas trapped in this pipe here. And I'm gonna avoid linking up the last bit because this machine might cool it down too much. Can connect that one though. Okay. I'm gonna create, oh, we gotta close that. Or actually, I have to make sure, yeah, good thing I came out here. Need to place a battery in there. Oh, and I need to find a battery from somewhere else. Do we have, yeah, we have one in the airlock. So I'm gonna need the angle grinder. Okay, set that inward. It has power, good. Finish doing that. Leave these out here for that to finish that. So now we want gas in here, but I would like to have more gas in this little section. So we're going to see if we can do this real quick here. I'll set this there. Build it up. And to get the gas into the network, I'm just going to use the passive vent, and it'll kind of inject it. I plan to use oxides for a lot of it, but we have to melt the oxides. What I'm going to do though is just real quick crack open my oxygen tank. Oh, that used more than I intended. I'm going to swap swap the tanks there, because there should be a little bit of oxygen in there when it does a heat exchange for the air conditioner. Oh, we are damaging these walls. So let's cover that. Let this gas into the rest of the area here. The sound can sometimes be a little jarring because I was in a vacuum and now I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a bit and try to build this from the outside. Let's trim these pipes a little bit because yeah, I don't want to let it's going to use the welder, and I don't want to pollute the gas that I just created in here. Close this. Did that power run out? It did. And I can't reach it. Okay, why? We're actually getting some power into the battery there. Well, okay, I guess for brevity I'm just going to waste a little bit of this gas. Oh, and of course I didn't set up the passive vent. That was meant to go on the inside. Let's get this hooked up real quick and weld up those radiators.
Air tank critical. Waste tank caution. Low pressure.
Oh, now we're getting a low pressure warning, but there we go. We got it hooked up. Now let's turn on this first valve. We'll come out and look at the power in just a sec. That was a close one. Okay, I'm going to actually use the canister that had been the waste canister for a little bit. So I go back out, close my helmet. Okay, yeah, we're starting to get some more power. Oh, let's finish those radiators like I planned to do a bit ago. Can I? Yep, I can peek in. Don't tell the developers I'm cheating. Okay, yeah, and it's hot out here, so I think we were successful. So, let's talk about the radiators quick. Inside is what's called a convection radiator. That one does heat exchanges with the surrounding air. But since we don't have air outside, we have to rely on the regular radiator, which essentially, as it says, radiates the heat into the vacuum. If we look at the Atmos analyzer here in the tablet, we can actually view it has a little bit of contents in there as it's looping the gas around, and it's radiating 1.32 kilojoules. That's a lot of heat for just a single machine like this. That's quite handy to start with. Okay, I think that will pretty much do it. Let me see if I can look at this cable with a network analyzer so you can kind of see. Yes, Stirling Engine. Well, it says 1 watt there, but I think that's I don't think it's actually consuming power at all. It's just providing, and right now it must be providing that 41 watts. Well, there we go. That's the Stirling Engine. Hopefully, in the multiple cuts, I was able to kind of tell you what it does. Let's go ahead and cut the incoming gas. I and vent it out of there, we'll get some new warm gas coming in. Okay, I'll do some cleaning up. I'll run a few run the gas through the Stirling engine there, try and get us some more power. Uh, and we'll see you next episode.